Hello friends, I have prepared a course for the beginner who want to be a professional in the field of ethical hacking and cybersecurity. So yes, learning ethical hacking in just 30 days, you heard right. You can be a professional in the field of ethical hacking in just 30 days. What all you need to do, you need to simply follow this series of sessions. This series has 10 sessions and each and every session I have also mentioned the days so that you can prepare for those sessions for those many days. You need to put your hard work for those many days. That's why I clearly mention the days in my list of sessions. So here it is, CSC Kapil Gaur means Cybersecurity Expert Kapil Gaur, and I'm going to give you a 10 session here in this series. So the session number 1 will be covering 3 aspects. Number 1, the introduction. Number 2, the Linux fundamentals. Number 3, an introduction to the Kali Linux. And session 2 will be around the terminal operations. Session 3 will be covering the networking fundamentals. Session 4, web application security. Session number 5, information gathering. Session number 6 will be around ethical hacking and penetration testing. Session number 7, the wireless network and security. Session number 8, the password cracking. Session number 9, the social engineering, and session number 10. This will be a live session. Throughout the complete course of sessions, you need to note down all your queries, and I will be live in 10th session and will give you an answer all of your queries which you have during the course. For an example, I am going to teach you how you need to install the Kali Linux in your operating system. If you face any problem or any challenges, you can simply ask your queries at the end of the session, or while performing any commands, exploitation of the vulnerabilities or penetration testing and an assessment. You will have to note down the questions. You can ask all those questions in the last session. So let's quickly start. The first session will be around the introduction, Linux fundamentals, and introduction to the Kali Linux. Let's start. The session number 1 will be covering 3 aspects: introduction, Linux fundamentals, introduction to the Kali Linux. Let's quickly look into this. So introduction, Kali Linux is a powerful and versatile operating system specifically designed for penetration testing, digital forensics, and ethical hacking. It is based on Debian and is open source software that can be downloaded and used for free. It's completely free, and it's actually a Linux operating system. Kali Linux, why we call it? Because it's kind of a over and above the Linux, which specifically designed for the assessment and penetration testing, and it comes with a preloaded software and tools which helps ethical hackers and the people who does the assessment and penetration testing. It's pre-installed, pre-configured tools are there in this platform. Preloaded operating system for the cybersecurity professionals. Kali Linux comes equipped with hundreds of pre-installed tools that allow users to test the security of network and applications, perform advanced digital forensics, and conduct vulnerability assessment. As I told you, it is pre-installed tools available in this operating system when you configure it, and you can easily learn and do the digital forensics and conduct vulnerability assessments for the application and network. Operating system is widely used by security professionals, hackers, and cybersecurity enthusiasts, and is highly regarded robustness and versatility and ease of use. As I told you, it's very helpful. Preloaded softwares are there, commands are very easy, and to give you insight over the Linux command, finally, what happens? People scare of the commands and the black screen. But trust me guys, if you reach at that level where you grasp the understanding of writing the command in the Linux, is same as easy like a kid learn speaking, right? Why I'm saying this? Part of giving commands, what you are thinking at the back of your mind, and you start learning that how to you need to write the commands in the Linux. That day you will be a champion in the Linux systems. It's exactly same as you just need to learn the fundamental component and understanding, like what I need to give the command to the operating systems. So once you grasp this knowledge, definitely you no need anyone in your life to learn further things on the operating system. Kali Linux is constantly updated and improved to ensure that users have access to the latest tool and techniques for testing and securing systems, making it an essential tool in any security professional's toolkit, right? So overall, Kali Linux provides users with comprehensive set of tools and resources to test and secure network and application, making it an indispensable tool for anyone involved in the field of cybersecurity. Now let's move to the fundamental of the Kali Linux. So Kali Linux fundamentals covers the basic of using Kali Linux operating systems for penetration testing and digital forensics. It includes an overview of the operating system, its features and tools, and how to install the configure it. So basically in this session, I'm going to tell you how you need to download the operating system file, means ISO file, how you need to install it on the operating system, either it's a Mac OS or a Windows operating system, and the third one, how you need to configure it, and the last one, how you need to use it. So basically, any operating system, you use it. Here I have used the VMware software. It's a virtual machine basically. So it comes for the two operating system, one the Mac OS and second one is the Windows. So I will create a Kali Linux machine on virtual machine because it's very easy to use rather than installing on the direct machine. So definitely for the beginners, I would always recommend that you should use on the VMware only. It will save your time, it will save your effort to create a separate machine for that. So now I'm using the MacBook VMware Fusion, and over that I will install it like Kali Linux on the VMware Fusion. So for the Windows, you would be using the VMware Desktop, and I'm using the VMware Fusion because I'm using a MacBook. So once you have the VMware Desktop or VMware Fusion, after that all the things which I'm going to tell you will remain same. So only difference is that if you have the VMware Desktop, you need to use, if you are using a Windows, you need to install VMware Desktop, or if you are using a MacBook, then you need a VMware Fusion. These tools are available on VMware site or other platform as well. After that, the steps will remain same. The course covers essential concepts like Linux commands line, networking fundamentals, and common penetration testing methodologies. Students will learn how to use Kali Linux to conduct basic reconnaissance, scanning, and exploitation of the vulnerabilities. So these things you will be learning in my next session, but in this session you will only learn the Linux to conduct basic commands. So reconnaissance, scanning of the network or application, and exploitation of the vulnerabilities available in these systems like application and operating systems or network, that I will going to teach you in my next sessions, upcoming sessions. So overall, Kali Linux Fundamentals is an essential course of anyone interested in the learning the basic of using Kali Linux for ethical hacking, penetration testing, and digital forensic. Introduction to Kali Linux. So acquaint yourself with the Kali Linux operating system and its diverse component. Familiarize yourself with the installation procedures and explore the variety of tools and utilities that it offers. So these things I will going to teach you in this session. Now, terminal operation. So for the terminal operations, I have created a detailed document which you can find it in the link of this YouTube description as well, and you can go on to my channel and you can find it there. And also you can follow by below mentioned link, which I am going to mention here. You can go there and you can download this detailed document which has all the basic command which is very necessary when you start learning the ethical hacking. It's a very basic command of the Kali Linux that you should be well versed of. So I also given a example of these commands while I will explaining this video for the terminal operations, right? So when we talk about the basic thing like the networking, basic understanding of the networking. So here the network concept that you need to clear out, because I'm considering that you are, as I told you in my first when I started this session, that I would need 3 things from you. One is that basic networking knowledge. Definitely you will be adapt more knowledge by the time you will be learning the ethical hacking. So I am considering that networking concept you are well versed with it, but it's okay if you are not well versed with it. I am giving a topic which you need to learn from the internet or any platform you are comfortable with. A network is a group of connected devices that can communicate with each other and share resources. You need to cover this topic and you need to research over the internet and you need to learn these concepts. The most common type of network is a LAN area, which is a local area network, which typically connects devices with small geographical area like home, office and school. So basically you need to learn about LAN, WAN and other topologies which is available for the communication of the network. You need to learn the layers of the network as well, so you can learn, because I have created this topic for you guys as well. You need to prepare from the internet. To connect devices in a network, each device needs unique identifier called an IP address. So you need to learn about the IP addresses. What is the IP address? What all are classes of the IP addresses, and what is subnetting and netting, and all this stuff comes and covers within this topic. And network protocols are a set of rules and standards that define how data is transmitted over a network, ensuring reliable and efficient communication. So in this topic you need to learn about how the network communicates, like what all our layers are there, if it's an encrypted channel or it's a plain text channels, HTTPS, SFTP, FTP, all these platforms you need to learn about. And the last one, which is a network security, that comes with a critical concern, and measures like firewall, encryptions and access controls are used to protect network and their data from unauthorized access and attacks. So these topics you need to cover in your networking session, because I have created a topic for you guys, so that I think so beyond that you don't need anything from the basic networking knowledge. You can learn these things from the internet. I have created a topic, so you need to cover all those topics while you will be learning the networking. Now I'm moving ahead, considering the fact that you are well versed with the networking, right? Teach you that how you need to install the Kali Linux in your operating system. So you can simply use virtual machine here, because as a beginner I would recommend that you should install the Kali Linux over the VMware only, VMware, which is a virtual machine. So as I am using a MacBook, so I have the VMware Fusion. But if you are using a Windows machine, then you need to install the virtual VMware desktop. So once these software is installed, any of the software, any of the operating system, either it's a Windows or Mac, the rest of the activities or rest of the steps will remain same for both the platform, right? So because I'm using a Fusion, VMware Fusion, because the MacBook I have, so what you need to do, you just simply need to put here the download Kali Linux ISO. This link will make you over the kali.org. So here you see the recommended. So once you click on the recommended, if you install, you can install the virtual machine as well. So for example, here it is, you can see that. So install image. So if you go there, you can see that this is for the VMware 64-bit, right? Or if you would like to download 32-bit, it's completely same. So when you click here, so it will start downloading the ISO image, right? So let's go to the up end. What is this? This is installed image. Okay. So this is installer, so that's I downloaded the correct. So here it is being downloaded, so let's wait till the time it gets downloaded. So now ISO file have been downloaded now, so let's quickly start the installation process of the Kali Linux on the VMware Fusion. Okay, let's start. Okay, what is it saying? Oh, it's saying that the enable to access the file. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to give the access. Okay, we'll go to here and we'll provide the access of the file. So here it is. Yeah, that let me just quickly put my password here, and then let's quickly close it. Okay, here you can see that it is here that the installation from disk or image, we need to choose this option, and as we click here it will take us to now you can see that this is the Kali Linux 2.0.1 installer RM64 ISO. We have downloaded the ISO. Now let's quickly put here, and now you can see that Kali Linux 2022 for installer RM64. You can take the newest one version as well, because I have downloaded the older version, so I think you can download the latest version. So now you need to click on the Linux, and you can see that here it is. You need to choose, as I told you in my beginning of the session, that this is a Debian based operating systems, so you need to choose the Debian 12.64-bit ARM, the option from here, and then let's continue. Here you can customize your setting as well if you wish to, like or you can simply follow my what I am mentioning here, like you just need to put the name of the machine. For the virtual machine you need to put the name, like I have chosen the name Kali Linux 2022, and you can choose your own as well. So let's quickly so now you can customize the processes and memory as well. So I am giving a 4 processor core, and I put the 4096 as the megabits of the RAM. Hope your machine has a good enough of RAM, because once you put the 4 MB of the RAMs, 4 gigs of the RAM here, so definitely it will start acquiring the total 4 gigs of RAM from the out of the total memory, right? So let's quickly jump to the let's quickly click on play button here. So now you can see that installation has started. Now let's choose a graphical installation here, and then you can see that now what we need to do. Okay, so let's start. So let it install the app now. Okay, now choose the language. For example, I'm choosing here as the India. Continue, and let's start beginning the installation of the operating system. So let's continue here. So I need to put the username here, so you can put the password, so that you should remember. Please make sure that you remember this username password. This will be your username, and now it's detecting the disk. Okay, now you can see that here you need to choose the disk and file open systems. Okay, quickly, and partition disk, installing the base systems. Now let it install and remain sit, keep and calm till the time it is getting installed. So you can see that the desktop environment we need to select, or so basically these are the options. You can just simply follow my instructions, and you can just, I would say that simply follow these instructions while installing the first time. That will help you out, right? So let's install. It's installed. So here it is. The file will be installing. Near about 2000 files are there, which is being installed on the operating systems. Just, okay. My machine is getting warmed while installing the Kali Linux, and the fan is producing lots of noise. So installation is complete, so it's time to boot into your new systems. Make sure to remove the installation media so that you boot into the new systems rather than restarting the installation. So because it's a virtual machine and behaving like, you know, it's actual machine, and it's considering that you have inserted the boot media, which is not in the case. So don't worry, you can click on the continue, so it will reboot your virtual machine. So now you can see the machine is rebooting. So here you can see that there are three options: Kali GNU/Linux. GNU means a graphical user interface, and the second one is the advanced option for Kali Linux and UEFI firmware settings. So we'll choose the Kali Linux here, and then you can see that the system is starting. We'll put the username and password which we have chosen while installing the operating system Kali Linux. So here the machine has installed. So my username is Black Dog. I like this name. Now let's put my password here. I will show you how it looks like. Okay, here it is. Wow, this is the beauty of this operating system. You can see that, as I told you in the beginning of the session, there are multiple pre-installed tools are there. You can see that all the tools are there, you know, either it's Nmap or it's Wireshark. Sorry, here it is. You can see Wireshark. There are multiple tools are there, right? Like what all you would be require while, you know, doing the ethical hacking. So here, let me just start a bit for that. Clear. So here the terminal where you will be putting all the commands here on this terminal. So let me just see that with from which user I have logged in. So who am I as the command? Okay, so you can see that Black Dog, I have logged in through the Black Dog, which is a user which I have created. And if you wish to log in through the administrator, I need to simply click root and then password. So here it is, I'm logging with the root, and then you can see that here it is, the commands and all such stuff. So okay, so this is the Linux app. You know, now you have installed the Linux in your operating the virtual machine. So here the story begins. In the next session, I will give you terminal operations, like what all commands are there, basic commands. So I'll give a brief introduction about the commands there, and then after we can start learning the ethical hacking. So you need to just practice, you need to learn about like how the components of the operating systems are. So I'll just give you a brief a bit of that so that you can start. So first of all, the important part before learning the Kali Linux, you should be well aware of the file system of the operating system. So if I click here, like, you know, this, because you know there are two types of users in the Kali Linux. One is the user and second is the root. If I go into the user Black Dog, now you can see that now I am into the Black Dog user, and if I put the ls command, which is a list command, and I can see that what all systems are there in the operating systems, what all file systems are there in the operating systems. So here you can see that boot, etc, dev and all such stuff, right? So if you go there, and then let me just quickly show you. Okay, go to home. So there are two things: Black Dog is a user and computer is the root. If you go to the Black Dog, you'll see that desktop document, this is a user based files. But if you go to computer, you can see the bin, boot, dev, etc, home. This is a root directory. So when we understand the file system of the Kali Linux, there are two parts. One is the user part and second part is the root part. Okay, so when we are under the root. So we'll see all those things. So let's log into the root, and then probably I will see, sorry, real password I put it here, let me just quickly, okay, so root, okay, you can see that. Now here you can see that boot dab. So these are the all files. So you need to learn about the components of the file system, which is a very integral part before learning Kali Linux. I would say spend time, learn the file system of the Kali Linux. So till the time I'm releasing the next session,